Good morning, boys and girls. And it's a wacky Wednesday, hump day for all my friends. Hey, today we're going to go ahead and get started. And we are on lesson 12, measurement data. And before we get started, we have to always begin with a joke. So the first joke I have here is, how do we know that the ocean is friendly? It waves. How about this one? What did the Dalmatians say after lunch? That hit the spot. How about this one? Why did the cookie go to the hospital? Because he was feeling kind of crummy. Well, I hope you're not feeling crummy and you're feeling great today, and we're going to get started. So I'd like for you to open up your book to 715. And we are going to first begin by measuring some pencils. So Mrs. Swint is going to grab her ruler, and the directions are this. It says measure 5 of your classmates' pencils with a ruler, and then make a line plot using the data from your measurements. Well, we know a line plot is plot. It's the X's. So we're going to go ahead, and Mrs. Swint has several pencils here. I ran around the house to try to find. And the first pencil I have would be this one. And I'm going to go ahead and measure. And I measure all the way because we want to make sure we measure all the way to the end of the ruler. And this particular pencil then measures to about 7 inches, we say. I'm going to go and round it. So it's about 7 inches here. So Mrs. Swint is going to put an X on the first one, 7 inches. So we'll put first pencil, 7. All right. The second pencil Mrs. Swint has measures to the number 5. All right. So let's put the second pencil is a 5-incher. And up in my son Luke's room, he had a little tiny pencil. His pencil was, oh goodness, Mrs. Swint, I've got to get my fingers to work. About 4 inches. We are in inches. So we'll put a mark by 4. All right. And then the next pencil I measured was a 5-inch pencil. And the last one was also 5 inches. I try to make my X's uniform because that's very important on a line plot. When I take a look at this, I can interpret the information by saying, right now, immediately I can say, hey, I had one student had a 4-inch pencil. Two students, one student had a 7-inch pencil. I can say 3 students had pencils that were 5 inches. So I can take this data, I can interpret it, I can analyze it a lot of different ways. Let's go ahead and go to the next page. On the next page under guided practice, we have shoe length. So with our shoe lengths, this one's going to make it go a little bit bigger. It says, how many people have shoes that are 23 centimeters long? Remember, each X tells how many times is my frequency. So if I take a look, I'm going to look at the 23 and how many people have shoes that are 23 centimeters. I have 2 X's, so that means I have 2 people. I'll get my pen here. So we need to just trace over the 2. Measure the length of the right hand of 10 people in inches. Use the data to make a line plot. So if I had several people raise their right hand and we measured it. So if Mrs. Swint measures her hand from top to bottom, I'm about 7 inches. All right. So 10 people. All right. Mrs. Swint was 7 inches. Boy. All right. Luke, come here. Oh, never mind. You're way past 7. Let's say I measured, let's say we're going through and I measured Let's go through, and how about Stella? Stella's hand was about 5 centimeters. And then we're going to have Lily. Oh, Lily said her hand is only 4 inches. Mrs. Swing keeps saying centimeters. I need more coffee. One moment, please. Switching it up from day to day in a couple minutes here. All right. So then my next person, how about my Pearson? What do you think? Oh, Pearson was about 4 inches too. And then I had my Colton. Colton, how about you? Oh, Colton's hand was about 6 inches. How about, let's see who's all out there. Chase. Chase, you said your hand's about 5 inches? I'm careful, and you are too, to mark your X's so that if there's 2 X's here, they have to be the same height as these 2 X's here. Very important. All right. Then we'll go ahead and let's see. My next person, how about Bella? Bella's hand was 6. How about Caitlin? Caitlin was 5. How about Emilia? Emilia's was 4. How about, we want to make sure they're there. How about my friend Addie? Addie was 5. Let's see how many people I've surveyed so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I have measured the right hand on 10 people. How long are most of the hands? Well, most of the hands are 5 inches long. I can see because most of the X's are over the 5. How long is the longest hand? Well, that was 7 inches. That would have been Mrs. Swin's hand. Let's go ahead. And it says, we're going to skip the talk math and go on to the next. So on the next page, we have this, independent practice. It says to measure 15 books from your classroom library in centimeters. Mrs. Swin, she's going to, and this might not be a bad idea for you too, she's going to circle that because to be real honest, she needs to remember what unit of measurement she's talking about. Use the data to make a line plot. So I'm going to go ahead and measure 15 books. And Mr. Swin and I have a lot of books in our basement here. So I went ahead and I'm going to run over there, and I'm so quick I'm going to have this done in no time at all. Here I go. Be right back. There. I just measured 15 books. So the first book I measured, and actually the first 3 books over there were 16 centimeters. So I can put 1, 2, 3. We have a really long book over there, and that book is kind of like an atlas. That was 20 centimeters. Then my 5th book is over there, and they were a little bit smaller, and so they were around 16, whoops, not 16, 13. So we have 1, 2 are only 13 centimeters. All right. Then Mrs. Swint, she had a couple that were 18. There were 4 that were 18. 1, 2, 3, 4. So then there was 2 that were 19. And let's count how many Mrs. Swin has measured so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then she had 13, 14th book, and the 15th book I'm going to pop right here. A lot of books. So it says, how long are most of the books? So when you look at this, and I'm not going to answer these questions for you because this is independent practice, you can use my data and you can use this line plot to answer these two questions. How long are most of the books? And how long is the longest book that Mrs. Swin has on the shelf over there? The next part is measure 15 used crayons in inches because they don't want them all the same height. They're saying use the data to make a line plot. Mrs. Swin will help you with this one too. She's going to, now you can do this one on your own if you like, because, you know what? I love you so much. I'm going to let you do this on your own because I know everybody would have crayons at home. And I know all my friends have some kind of ruler, tape measure, something you can measure in inches. Even Mom might have one of the measuring tapes that would look like that. So you guys go ahead and have fun with that. Let's turn the page and see what our problem solving is bringing us. On problem solving on number 7, it says a line plot shows that 12 people are 48 inches tall, 8 people are 50 inches tall, and 9 people are 47 inches tall. How tall are most of the people? Well, if you take a look, let's look at all the information. Question we're trying to answer is how tall are most of the people? So now I have to look back. I have 12 people that are 48 inches. I have 8 people that are 50 inches. And I have 9 people that are 47. How tall are most of the people? Well, most of the people, I have to just look at the frequency here. And there's 12 people that are 40. So she can't hardly see after she colored that. So it says 12 people, and I would write 12 right here on my line. 12. Oh, I'm sorry. They're asking how many inches. How tall are most of the people? We want to put, there's 12 people. Yeah, that's good. But there are 12 people that are 48 inches. That's the highest frequency. Most of the people are 48 inches. On number 8, it says 4 snakes are 20 inches. 2 snakes are 32 inches. And 4 snakes are 15 inches. What is the difference in length between the longest and the shortest? So what's the difference between the longest and the shortest? Well, I know what operation I'm going to use because I have the magic word difference. And when I'm trying to find the difference of something, I do operation subtraction. So let's take a look. We have 20 inches. We have 32 inches. And we have 15 inches. The greatest is 32. So I'm going to put 32 right here. The shortest is 15. You need to subtract those two numbers in order to find the difference. So go ahead and subtract 32 minus 15 and put your answer right here. Under Brain Builders, it says 4 people went down the slide 8 times. 8 people went down the slide 6 times. 2 people went down the slide 12 times. How many times did most people go down the slide? So, how many times did most people go down the slide? Well, I have to figure most people. 4, I'm comparing 4, 8, 2. Well, most people would be 8. So 8 people went down the slide 6 times. Jordan made a line plot of the heights of his 5 pets. The same number of pets are 14 inches and 18 inches. One pet is 6 inches. How many pets are 14 inches? So in this particular case, you've got 5 pets. He's just saying there's the same number at 14 and 18. One is 6. So this is what we can simply do. Let's make a line plot. Okay, that's supposed to be a straight line. And we have 14, and you have 18, and he had 6. I'm going to put 6. I'm actually going to do a little erasing here. I want to, well, Mrs. Swint, let's try this. Let's create this a little bit better, my friends. All right, we are going to create a line. The shortest one pet is 6 inches. All right, I'm putting a 6. Then I have 14 inches. So that's 14. And then I have 18 inches. 18. Okay, so now let's go ahead and create our line plot. He's got 5 pets, so I'm going to have 5 X's on my line plot. I know that one pet is 6 inches. All right, so I can put an X there. Now I know he's got 5 pets, and if one is 6, that I've got 4 other pets. They're saying the same number are 14 and 18. So we are going to do the same number. 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. How many pets are then 14 inches? 2. You'd have 2 that are 14, 2 that are 18, and you have got 1 that is 6. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the homework. And then I think it's time for morning break for Mrs. Swint. It says to measure the thumb length of each of your family members. Use the data to make a line plot. How long is the longest thumb? Okay, well, depending on how many people are in your family, you are going to measure from your bottom of your thumb, and they're doing this in inches. Mrs. Swint would probably say her thumb is like 2 inches. You can round, so we can say 2 or 3 is probably going to be the average. Maybe you got a little brother or sister. Maybe they're just really tiny. So go ahead, measure away with your measuring tape. On the next page, we have make a line plot to show how tall each flower is. So we have 4 flowers that are 10 centimeters. You would put 4 X's because that's the frequency. You have 3 that are 13 centimeters and 6 that are 17 centimeters. So go ahead and complete the line plot. On number 4, it says Grace ran 50 meters 3 times. She ran 100 meters 2 times, and she ran 150 meters 1 time. How many times did she run in all? Remember, they're asking how many times she ran in all. So you have to count up how many times, add how many times she has run. In all is that magic word to tell us it's operation addition. Last but not least, it says use the line plot below to answer the questions. How long are most toes? Ooh, well, go ahead. You've got this one. Make sure you're using the right unit of measurement. So that's everything for today, friends. Have a great day and get out there and enjoy the outside. Take care. Bye-bye.